Hello and welcome to Life in Big Row, and we're planting winter and spring cabbage, and I often get asked what to do with these yellow leaves at the bottom of cabbages as they're growing, and the answer to that is really simple. You pull them off, because if you don't, this will harbour every fungal and bacterial disease going, and you probably lose your crop. And also it tends to be the place where slugs hide. So I'm going to show you two different methods which the film opened with of how to plant your winter cabbage, spring cabbage. Now they both start the same way. You can either enrich the soil by adding bloodfish and bone, or because this is completely new as a bed, I'm adding a bag of compost, which will help with worm activity, but more importantly will conserve moisture. So that's what I'm doing. Put it on top like that. Nothing spectacular. There we go. And then they're going to just gently firm down, because brassicas do like to be firmed in. And then I'm going to take my cabbage. So there's my cabbage plant. And all I'm going to do now is I'm going to pop it in a hole. Use a trowel for this. And because there's a bit of a stem there, I'm going to just plant it a little bit lower. There you go, like that. Firm it in. You don't have to be brutal. And you want them spaced. I would say here I'll probably get 3 in. And this is if you've got limited space. And it's really important, even if you've got limited space, have a go. Again, take off any leaves, die, discard. I'm trying to remember what variety this is, but I have made the cardinal sin of not writing a plant label. So if they look like they're similar, I'm planting them together. Yeah, that's it. And that, if they all grow, will give me 3 weeks of crops. 1 week, 2 week, 3 week. Because they'll get big. They'll be about that big by the end. Now, here's the important bit. So for the eagle-eyed amongst you, you would have noticed there's hoops. I showed you how to make these hoops in another film, which you can find on our channel. But the best way to protect your crops at this time of year from hungry pigeons and cabbage white is a net. And nets last ages. I think these are about 5 years old and they're still going strong. What I'm going to do, bring it over like this, so I'm going to pull it a bit taut. Because there's lots of little knobbly bits on the rustic hoops, it holds it for you. Yep. That's method 1. Now let's look at method 2. Now this is a much wider bed, so bigger. So I'm going to stagger. And this time I'm going for a different coloured one. So again, I know. You'll notice there's pots and everything on the top of each canes. That's not there to stop me poking my eye out. That's so I can get a net across. And I'm going to get the net across now, which is not easy when you're on your own. If you're trying to find which end is which I should have done before I got here. I do love not wearing gloves sometimes, but I've got to be careful. I've just got a blister there, I just noticed. So that's going to have to be cleaned up when I go back in. So, there you go. Two different methods, very similar. Set one uses pots on top of the cane, protect your eyes and protect the net. The other uses a hoop. There is more room obviously under the pot version than there is under the hoop version, so you have to plant less in the hoop version and you can plant more in the pot version, and hopefully that'll keep Mr. Pigeon off. I can pin it down around the side. I don't tend to. Mr. Pigeon very rarely lands on the nets. I think they did it once and they never did it again. So I tend to be okay on that one. I just drape it across, and if I need to, obviously in winter, then I pin it down because of the snow. And that's it from Life on Pig Row. I'm going to give him a good water now, even though it's starting to rain. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.